Hi everyone, this is Mitch of All Trades and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back. I'm so excited to make these videos and talk to you guys. I am so excited. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone is feeling good, trying to cope through everything that we're going through. But I'm excited to be back. So this video is going to be about my experience 1 month as an ICU nurse. Wow, it's really been a month. That's crazy. It's really flown by, but it's been a month, y'all. Like, your girl's been in there for a month. And so far my overall experience is that I like it. So far I like it, but I keep trying to tell myself that I hope I still keep the same energy 5 months down the line. But so far I think it's because it's a new environment, new challenges, new exposure. I am loving it so far. But I want to get into the nitty-gritty because there are some things that I don't like. So I'm not, I just want to be real with y'all and let you guys know what my experience has been. So first of all, it was kind of like it wasn't really an easy transition. I had to stop thinking as a med-surg nurse and I had to start thinking like an ICU nurse. So that was, it was hard at first, but I'm still trying to get there. But that's something that I noted, like even in handoff report and, discussing like patients and stuff, like I had to think like an ICU nurse. And what I mean by that is that I have to be more critical. I have to be more detailed. We're looking at complications and not really like medical history, if that makes sense. Like as a med-surg nurse, is more about, okay, this patient came with a fracture, we fixed it, da 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 da. But as an ICU nurse is more like, okay, this patient had a fracture, but it developed into compartment syndrome, and we have to make sure that the neurovascular assessments are done and we're checking his pulses. It's just more critical, and I think I have to stop focusing so much on like the basics, and I have to start looking at like the intricate detail things. So that's something different about the ICU nursing. Another thing is pace. So the pace is kind of different. It's still fast paced, it's still critical, but it's kind of like, it's just different. Like I feel like everyone that works there knows what to do. You don't find yourself picking up other people's slack. It's just very it's fast paced, but it's so intricate. I don't know how to explain it better, but it's just so intricate, so detailed. And the way my ICU is set up, it's not like hallways, it's just kind of like a big room. So I've seen that I don't really like walk around as much as I used to before, but I'm still on my feet. I hope that made sense, but that's kind of how it is. It's a different pace. It's still fast paced, but it's more detailed, it's more decisive. Everything is kind of close reach. I think that's another thing. So I don't find myself walking around so much just to get IV tubing. Another thing that's different is the new information. Oh my gosh, guys. Every day I am learning. Every day I'm exposed to so many things. Every day I'm just seeing something new. I was joking around my preceptor, but it's like I'm just taking notes, taking copies, taking pictures of everything. Excuse me. This bank is like, oh my gosh. Oh no, what is this? Okay. So I'm just like taking pictures of everything, making copies of stuff. There's so many new information, new protocols, new like equipment. Sometimes it can get overwhelming, but it's just interesting that there's so much more to nursing that I'm learning about. And yeah, it's a lot of new information. I see so many surgeries now. Like that's something I wasn't really expecting. Like a lot of things that patients will go to the OR for, sometimes they do it at the bedside. And I've just seen so many, and it's kind of like, well, like at first I was like, wait, wow. Like it's just crazy. But I like it because I'm exposed to so many things. An example is they did a tracheostomy on one of my patients at the bedside. So basically slid open his neck and put a tube there to help him breathe. They did like a peg tube placement, where they put a tube in your stomach to give you feedings. What else did they do? Oh my gosh, they did. I'm sure like 2 years down the line, I won't be so excited about this, but I was just like fascinated. They basically cracked open this man's skull at the bedside because they had to put some kind of drain to help relieve the pressure from his brain because he had a brain bleed from whatever accident he came in with. And I just saw like how they drilled a hole and cracked his skull open, which was like, okay. But it was still very informational. Like I learned so much, and there's so much to learn. Oh my gosh. I feel like in order for you to thrive in the ICU, you have to be willing to learn. You have to be open to learn. Never think that you know too much. There's so much more to the body, to science. So always be willing to learn. As far as the people there, they are smart. They are smart as hell. Like, well, the people that I've met, well, actually all of them, to be honest, they know their stuff. They can be very intense, and that was something I wasn't really expecting, but it kind of makes sense. Like, they're kind of like, because I have my regular preceptor, but there are days that I work with someone else due to me like having my school stuff, and then maybe my preceptor has something else going on. So when I'm with different preceptors, I've noticed that they're all very intense. Like they leave no room for slack. And I understand because, you know, these patients that we're taking care of are really like the sickest in the hospital, and there's no room for like errors. For those of you that work in med-surg nursing, you probably know that there's some things that kind of get swept under the rug, and a lot of things you can get away with. Not a lot, but like just minor mistakes don't really make much of a difference. But in the ICU, minor mistakes make a huge difference. And you don't want to be that person that has a patient die on your hands. So they are really like particular about things. They're very detailed. They're very smart and knowledgeable. And sometimes it kind of comes to a fault because it can kind of come off as arrogance. But personally, being that I'm new here, I'm just here to learn and absorb. Like, I don't care what people say or whatever the case may be. I'm just here to learn. Man, they know so much. Another thing I love is the teamwork. The teamwork is amazing. I'm sure this happens in a lot of ICUs. Hopefully it does. But in this ICU, the teamwork is amazing. Whenever we have an admission, all the nurses are in there helping you out. Like, you never really feel alone. Like, you never feel alone. Everyone works together. Even the doctors, they work very closely with you. And it was something that shocked me as surprise because back in my old floor, working as a med-surg nurse, I'm so used to just doctors giving me orders and going about their business. Like, and I'm just like taking orders and doing stuff. And maybe like here and there, if there's a mistake, I'll just ask them and boom, that's the case. But here in the ICU, it's kind of like we're working together, like we're co-workers. Like, we are discussing patient care and they're asking me, oh, what do you think? Oh, how can we go about this? You make your suggestions and they follow with it. And it makes you feel more like relevant. It makes you feel less invisible. Like, it makes you feel less, it doesn't make you feel invisible. It makes you more confident, to be honest, knowing that you are able to make a difference on your, you know, from your area of expertise. So that's something that I noticed. And for me personally, like, whenever I get intimidated, I just shy away, and it just wounds my confidence level. But I think that working in this ICU is going to bring me out of my comfort zone. I do believe that there's so many things that I know. I have a lot of knowledge and stuff. Your girl is like smart or whatever. But I think I just need that opportunity to be able to go beyond and discuss patient care in a whole different like level where it's being received and it's being acknowledged. Yeah, but that was something interesting, and this is always going to take a lot of adjusting to do. because honestly my mindset has to switch from like med surg to ICU. Like I can't be thinking like how I used to before. So I'm just praying to God that I build up this confidence so I can be boom bam, like just that nurse. Personally, like my goal is to really be the best, not in any like cocky arrogant way, but I just really want to be very good. Like I want to be an excellent nurse. And there are some people that believe in me, but it's crazy because me myself, I just need the confidence to really like push myself above my limits and just be better, do better, prepare, you know, just be that, like, you know what I mean? Like I just want to be more excellent. I want to strive for excellence. And I already have nurses over there that I look up to secretly, so I'm hoping that like I can just tap into their way of doing things so I can learn and just be good. One of the perks of having multiple preceptors besides your original one is the fact that like you see how different nurses do different things. You see their way of thinking, and I've been fortunate enough to tap into what I see, like maybe the habits that I think are very good, the habits that I think are good, their way of thinking, their way of documenting, the way of taking notes. Like I just tap into each and every one of that, so that when I'm by myself, I can be able to create my own lane and figure out what's good for me. I think that there's so much learning to do. There's so much growth in me that's needed and required, and I don't want to be at a position where people are like looking over me and counting me out. So I want to make sure that I stay on top of things. I hold myself well to where I'm well respected, because as a woman of color, like to be really honest, I don't really have much room for slack. Maybe I have like 2 strikes and it's easy for people to just dismiss me. So I just don't want that for myself. I feel like I've come a long way to where I am, glory to God. And I just want to make sure that I don't leave any room for people to count me out or, you know, discount me or just disregard me or whatever the case may be. Not saying it's going to happen, but I just want to make sure it doesn't even happen at all. So yeah. One more thing I didn't mention was the documentation. Oh my goodness. Documentation is like, whew. My preceptor almost scolded me because I didn't document something that I should have hourly. And I'm just like, you know, this is so different, because coming from a place where documentation is mostly like every 4, I'm coming here where everything's an hour and there's so much to document. Oh my gosh. Like it's not just vital signs, it's like physical assessment. And then if the patient is like has a neurologic, you know, issue going on, it's every hour. And it's like so many things need to be done every hour. So in between that, like when am I actually doing patient care? And then when do I have time to do this and do that? Like it's just so much to do. And honestly, I think that it's new to me, but hopefully by God's grace, I can find the pace so that I can be able to learn how to manage my time and still efficiently work well and everything. So yeah, there's that. I'll give you guys updates maybe 6 months down the line or a year down the line. You guys can see how I'm doing, if I'm coping, if I'm hanging by a thread, or if I'm striving, if I'm doing well. I'll also let you guys know like how I'm still feeling. I'm really hoping that I stay this excited for the next like 2 years, you know, like I love it and I hope that I continue to love it. If you guys have any questions for me, anything else you guys want me to do, any questions you want me to answer, any videos you want me to make specifically, please let me know. I want to make sure I'm making stuff that you want, stuff that you like, stuff that you need. This is no longer about like what I want. This is all for you guys, all my viewers. So if you have anything, just let me know. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram for updates and just to see how my life is going. Follow me on Instagram at Mitch of All Trades. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure you comment below what your thoughts are. Make sure you subscribe and share to your friends, all your nursing friends out there, nursing student friends, aspiring nurses. Share it all to them. Let them see what's really going on. Okay? All right? And I'll see you guys later. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you in my next video.